to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everybody to the Board of Aldermen meeting. I hope everybody's doing well. Could we have a roll call, please?
Sure. We're going to start with Jacqueline Daniels.
Here.
Thank you. Tyler Kennedy. Jalen Daniels.
Present.
Frank.
Here.
Adam Preston.
Here.
Sean Wells.
Here.
Owen Brown. Noah Darrow.
Present.
Patricia De Silva.
Here.
Christopher Rogers.
Here.
Daniel Stahl.
Here.
Carl Williams. Lisa Glazer.
Here.
And Anna.
Here.
Thank you. Okay, we see. Do we have a motion to accept the minutes from the previous meeting? Oh, and Alderman, if we can help Dana out tonight when we're responding to her. Could you use your names just so she gets used to us? Do I have a motion to accept the
Lisa Glazer, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
second? Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So noted. On to the public session. Is there anyone who would like to speak during the public session? If you can please stand up and say your names in the microphone here, up here.
And your address, please.
Alan Brenneman, 603 Main Street, Ansonia, but I live on Columbia Street. You know, the law has some Main Street addresses, but the houses are actually on Columbia Street.
Okay.
There's a problem with the sidewalks, the speeding, and the motorcycles. Just yesterday, I had a big semi-truck parked on my sidewalk to do a delivery. I asked him to move. He refused. He said the sidewalk belongs to the city. I asked him to move nicely. He refused to. I have a picture of the truck. It's not small. It's a moped delivery truck about 70,000 pounds parked on my sidewalk. So what I want to know is who's responsible for the sidewalk? Because I called the police department. They came out late. And when I complained to them, they said the sidewalks are all junk anyway. What are you kidding? So,
Who said that to you?
one of the officers. I complain a lot to the police station. I get no results. Motorcycles, speeding, drugs, the sidewalk. Everybody's driving on the right-hand sidewalk because there's no curb. The curb is only this high. So it's actually part of the road. There's some no parking signs that don't belong there because nobody obeys by it. And then people knock them over, and then the town comes out and bangs another one into a sidewalk. Could be a sidewalk that somebody just had redone. They bang the sign, pull in, and break another sidewalk. All the sidewalks are junk. But if the police aren't going to enforce the sidewalks, people parking on them, UPS, FedEx, the mail truck, delivery trucks, then you might as well just tear them out and make it right. Because I can't afford to replace it. And if my insurance company says I have to replace the sidewalk, I can't afford it. And I maintain my sidewalk, but it's to the point where it's unmaintainable. So now what do I do?
Well,
So am I responsible for the sidewalk?
well, we can't make that decision. It's clearly a police matter.
The police don't help. No offense to the Ansonia Police Department, but they are the rudest people I've ever met.
Let's maintain some decorum.
I'm just telling you the way I see it. They treat, I treated like I'm just complaining all the time. They're very rude, they don't help, and your women officers are great, your men are horrible. And I'm just telling you the way it is in Ansonia.
Well, I don't really know how to respond to that. I have not had those experiences.
They don't care, they don't help, they don't do nothing. They say they can't do nothing at all. There's problems in this town that they don't, it's always I hear, oh, they got problems, they got too much to do, we're short-handed. But they don't interact with the public, if you ask me. If anything, they escalate the problem.
Sir, everybody has an opinion.
And I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time.
What's your first name?
You're never around.
I think anybody in this room would tell you I'm always
I
around.
go to the police station twice a week and ask to talk to you, and you're never there.
What's your first name, sir?
Alan Brennan,
Spell your last name for me?
B-R-E-N-N-E-M-A-N. I've been on that street for 50 years.
What number?
It's 603 Main Street, but my driveway and my sidewalk are on Columbia Street. And I've been to the police station a lot and begged them for help on this street, and they just turn their heads. And I'm tired of it. Well, I came here because I knew we'd be here.
Oh, I'm okay with it.
Huh?
I said, I'm okay with you being here.
Oh, well, that's why I came, because I can't talk to you at the police department.
All right, sir. Have you talked to a supervisor since you've gone up there?
I think a supervisor was over there yesterday with the other officer, and he gave me a hard time too.
What time was that, sir?
That was yesterday around 2, 3 o'clock. And he's the one that said the sidewalks are all busted up, what do you care? I care because I'm paying for it. I'm not rental property like that. There's only like 3 people on that street that own from the old days. It's all rental property, and I'm the only one that worries about it.
Okay.
Well, you're shaking your head, sir.
I will be
Because
transparent.
I don't know how to respond to, you're having a problem. I understand that.
That's why I'm here.
Yep. And we will discuss it, police
I'll
chief.
take a look at it, because
Yep.
obviously there'll be body cam footage, so if an officer was rude or disrespectful, I'll be able to watch the interaction between the officer and the supervisor.
Right away, they got an attitude off the bat, right away.
Yeah, and that's unprofessional from them, if I'm being
Chief, can you
transparent.
get back
That's
to
very
us?
unprofessional.
Yep.
And
Okay.
I've talked to all of them, because they've all been out there.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, we will look into it. Chief will let us know,
I'll get
and
back to
I'm
you.
sure he'll let you know.
And then the sidewalk. You gotta figure out something with the sidewalks. If people are gonna drive on them like they're the road, I'm not gonna shovel it, sand it, patch the cracks. I have
Yeah.
a picture of the truck that's parked on it.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Yep.
The chief will look into this.
Oh.
He'll get back to
But I
us.
tried contacting the company that the truck was, ABC Construction Materials, and they just didn't care.
That's beyond our purview.
I drive a dump truck. If I parked on somebody's sidewalk, I'd either be fired or we'd be fixing it.
I understand your frustration, sir.
Okay.
But chief will look into it. He'll get back to us. I'm sure he will get back to you to try to remedy the situation.
He won't, but we'll see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Please.
Sorry, sir. You had a lady who raised her hand.
I'm sorry, I should have indicated. Young lady.
Gentlemen.
My name is Margaret Cyril. I live at 23 Jackson Street. My last name is Cyrul. I am very, very upset about the proposal from Burns Construction. And this is what I'd like to talk about, the poisons that would be in that contaminated soil.
Ma'am,
Go ahead. Is this no? the channel?
Nope. You,
We have no documentation, we have no permits that have been submitted by parents. It's hard for us to comment on something that we have nothing to
But
comment.
I could comment.
absolutely.
I think it's
She
And I
can-
think
you
I have
can-
a right to, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a taxpayer
Yep.
in this town.
Yes, ma'am.
I've lived
Margaret.
here for
Margaret.
years.
Margaret, I'm going to ask you
Please
to read
speak.
what you wrote.
I did.
Yeah,
I
read it.
apologize.
Read
Yeah,
it
please.
here. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Please do, please do.
Please go forward.
All right, so what I'm going to say is that I looked up what the word contaminates means in soil, and it means that it contains chemicals, heavy metals, petroleum products from industries, lead, arsenic, mercury, pesticides, herbicides, and hydrocarbons from fuels. It makes it hazardous to your health and the environment. It also states that contaminated or polluted soil directly affects human health through direct contact with the soil or via inhalation of soil contaminants that have vaporized. It can happen through ingesting dust or soil directly, skin contact with the dust or soil, vapors from the soil, inhaling clouds of dust while working in soils or windy environments. Health consequences from exposure to soil contamination vary greatly on the pollutant type, the pathway of attack, and the vulnerability of the exposed population. Researchers suggest that pesticides and heavy metals in soil may harm cardiovascular health. Chronic exposure to chromium, lead, and other metals, petroleum solvents, and pesticides and herbicides can be carcinogenic, cause congenital disorders, or other chronic health conditions. Exposure to benzene is associated with leukemia. Mercury with the cyclidines are linked to kidney damage. Who is going to be responsible to monitor this process, test for these chemicals? Many people, including myself, have noticed a lot of unmarked dump trucks going into Burns Construction with full loads, exiting with empty trucks. Is there a chance they're already dumping this stuff in their soil? Since this situation involves the entire city of the Ansonia population, will there be a vote on it? What is the next step to stop this process? That is what I need to know. Where do we go from here?
I'm just going to let you know, I believe the Mayor Frank
We'll address that later.
is going to address that
Yeah,
at some point
don't worry.
in time during the meeting, Margaret.
That's all I'm gonna tell
Okay? He's going to address it, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address it? Sir, please.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, Gary Sowiza. I live at 42 Hotchkiss Terrace in the Great. One, congratulations, everybody, for your election win. You put a fine group of people together. So you'll have my respect and my support until you don't. It's the same thing I told the last one. So good luck. Let's move this town forward. I don't care who does it, as long as we do it. I believe there's a resolution that's either being discussed or being voted on for the tax exemption of 100% disabled veterans. I think that's a great thing, admirable and honorable. I don't know if we're going to take the tax exemptions far enough. I think anybody who is injured in the war or serving this country should be looked at as some kind of a partial relief. I think there are senior citizens in the city who are on fixed incomes, and they also should be looked at some kind of tax relief for the homes they live in. Just something to consider, please. So in the spirit of transparency, residents and I like to know a little bit more about this tax exemption. One, we know who they are. Will that be presented to the town? Who's going to track that? How many are there currently that we know about? And do we anticipate in the future a larger number or smaller number? And of that group, what is that going to do to the tax base of Ansonia? how will we offset that cost? One other thing I'd like to know is if there's anybody on that list that is a member of the administration or any family member of this administration who's going to be given this tax relief. So, looking forward to anything that anybody can provide to the city of Ansonia's residents. I love this transparency thing. And as long as there's transparency, I'm with this. Thank you for your time and have a good evening.
The veterans tax exemption will be addressed very soon, tonight.
And I'm sure everybody knows this, I'll just throw it out there. And we gotta have some caution about it, but we're gonna post things.
Yeah.
I don't want to violate anybody's privacy. And I'm sure you don't. I just want to throw it out there, protect us both. But again, Frank, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank.
Is there anyone else who?
Sorry about the open door for me. Michael Reno, 93 Bench Street. I didn't research the subject as thoroughly as the young lady did. But I read about this proposal of clean dirt. We don't need any other environmental issues in this town. We have enough already. There's enough pollution around already. On top of that, where are these trucks gonna come in and out? That street is not conductive, and we're gonna come up and down Franklin Street. We'll be repairing that every 6 months.
You all
And
right?
if you come across, you're on Maple Street, when one pulls out, when a tractor trailer pulls out of that street, you gotta wait, and there's 4 cars in back of you before the guy can make the corner and start up the hill. Ridiculous to even think about putting it there. That's all I have. And yeah, good luck to you people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, good evening. My name is Gary Conway Jr. I live over on Webb Terrace. I am a 32-plus year member of the Ansonia Fire Department and currently the captain of the Fountain Hose Company. People may not realize, but next month is our 150th anniversary, for February 12th. We've been here since 1876. Our firehouse is 135 years old. She was built in 1891. As far as I can tell by my research, she is the second oldest active fire station in the state of Connecticut. I'm here tonight because the company has tasked me to ask the Board of Aldermen. I'm not expecting any answers tonight. With the recent changes in the fire department policies and stuff like that, my engine has been moved out of the firehouse. Our membership has dwindled, not just in my firehouse, but citywide. But I was tasked tonight to find out what the city's plans are for the Fountain Hose Company, our firehouse. She's in need of repairs. As I said, she's 135 years old. So the questions I have tonight are, what is the plans for the firehouse in the near future? How long will the city allow us to stay in the firehouse? Currently, right now, we're not meeting in the firehouse because we have no heat or running water. All of our meetings are being held at Station 4 right now. And if the outcome of all this is that we have to abandon our home, what is going to happen to all of our stuff that is upstairs? We have 150 years worth of history, not just upstairs, but on the truck floor, downstairs in the meeting room, in the canal room, all that. So I would hope that the city would provide someplace safe where we can store all this equipment or valuables. Our original 1876 parade carriage is up in the firehouse right now. So I want to make sure that none of that stuff gets damaged. So again, I'm not expecting an answer from the Board of Aldermen tonight or even the fire commissioners. I talked to them last month. But but the company's asked me to come and talk in front of you guys tonight, so that is what I'm doing. And hopefully, somewhere down the road, I can have some sort of answers so I can go back to my company and tell them what the plans are.
We will try to find out as much as we can for you. Right now, there's nothing on the agenda, and there's nothing in front of me that I can comment on.
No, I know, that's kind of why I'm bringing it up tonight, just so it's in front of the Board of Aldermen. And I'll be talking to the
And
chair
please
of the-
keep bringing it to your fire commissioners,
And then
absolutely.
That's all.
We'll talk. Thank you, Captain.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's someone else over here. There you go.
Good evening, John Izzo, 12 Shortell Drive. I'll echo Gary Suiza's sentiments. Congratulations to each and every one of you on your election. Exciting time for the city of Ansonia. We've got new blood. The electorate has spoken. We have to respect that. And then all the folks behind me wish you good luck and wish you well. Just a few things. Number one, thank you for returning the monthly meetings to in person. I think it gives a lot of people an opportunity to be heard that otherwise would likely not be heard. A lot of people still don't have internet access. They may not feel comfortable on the computer. They may not have the right environment at home. So I think this is a really good thing. So thank you for that. A couple other things. The city website looks great. If someone could just check the Economic Development Commission portion of the website and update the previous economic development person's name and address, since she's no longer here.
Mr. Iseth, just so you know, the website is being worked on.
Work in progress.
It's a work
If
in,
I missed that.
it's a work in progress, trust me.
Thanks, Ann. Also, on the website, I would recommend, and again, I apologize if I missed it, I didn't see a form on the website if a member of the public or a taxpayer or citizen would like to be on a commission or board. There should be a simple button under boards and commissions. Click here if you're interested in serving on board or commission, and it links you to a simple one-pager, their name, address, telephone number, and political affiliation. I think that gives people, people would appreciate that may feel uncomfortable asking, could I serve on the board or commission? Again, congratulations to each and every one of you. I'm a lifelong Ansonia resident. I grew up on the west side on Wakely Avenue, moved to Shortell Drive 35 years ago. I love it there. Involved in politics. I was on the Board of Ed. I chaired the Inland Wetlands Commission for a number of years, and I was on the Ansonia Police Building Committee along with Paul Heon, Mike Metzler, Peter LaVerne, and what we heard from that gentleman, the very first speaker, is in no way, shape, or form my experience, I'm sure most everyone else's experience with our police officers. We have, number one, we have an amazing command staff. We have a great chief. He's like 80 now, isn't he?
90, I thought.
We have great police officers. They're all very, very professional. I think everyone knows that. So I'm not sure this gentleman just doesn't feel well this evening, but our officers are beyond reproach. And I'll put them up against any police officers in the state. And I spent 14 years at the New Haven PD in a civilian capacity up until 2016. So I work with a lot of police, know a lot of police, and I'll put our guys up there with anyone. So thank you, Chief, for a great job. So that's it. Thank you again. Congratulations. You got some great tools. We got a great public safety facility. We now have a great public school system up under Dr. Joe. I mean, you got all the tools at your disposal. I hope you will use them to the best of your ability. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Step up.
Open the door to the
Thank you.
Gentlemen.
Husband stole my thunder before. Darlene Louisa, 42 Hotchkiss Terrace. For those of you who I haven't had the to congratulate, since you were elected, congratulations, I've seen a bunch of you. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm also a longtime employee for the city, starting with the Board of Ed years ago, and then I came to Public Works in 2014. I'm very happy that my boss is back, Mike DeLessio. I also am the admin for the Facebook page. I am the secretary for planning and zoning, and also for the Arms Commission, which I stepped in a couple months ago. I don't know if that's permanent or not. But the reason that I'm here, and I can't say I agree with you, John, is I'm hoping that the Zoom meetings will come back for some of the meetings. I mean, I'm glad to see Chambers is open for the Aldermen meetings. I think that's a good thing. But meetings such as planning and zoning that can go 3 hours, 4 hours, and trust me, I've been there, and then you have to reconcile that meeting into minutes. It's almost impossible sometimes, and it's very easy to control the meetings. We have a lot of people that come out of state for presentations for planning and zoning, and I'm not speaking for the commission. I'm speaking for myself, just based on experience. They are very long meetings, very detailed. They can give presentations that everybody can see right from their computers. So I think there is a big benefit to it. Whether or not you're doing hybrid, I don't know, but just my thoughts for the future meetings. So again, thank you and welcome everybody. Buckle up.
Yeah. Yeah.
We already have.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else? Is there anyone else who would like to speak in the public session? Last call, is there anyone who would like to speak in the public session? Okay, the public session is now closed. Let's see. Mr. Mayor, is there something?
I thought I got the end. Okay. Well, let's see a few things. So, we passed a resolution for veterans. Did we do that?
We did.
Okay, well, that's going to happen. We're not going to give out the names. I don't think it's anybody's business. We check to make sure they're 100% disabled. And I can tell you a couple were in my office crying that they were afraid they're going to lose their exemption. And what I did is I didn't take it away from them. So there's no change in the taxes. There's no change in anything. It's not going to hurt us. It's only going to keep people from not being able to buy their food and pay their bills. And there was other people in the office when they saw it. So that's what I can tell you on that. So this is what I said. I didn't know we didn't pass it yet, but a resolution is being passed today ensuring that veterans who have served this country with honor and selfless service are insured to maintain their property tax exemptions based on 100% service-connected total disability. Now, we checked that with the state. We checked it all over. So that's not something we're giving away. This benefit will be maintained going forward and does not cost the city any additional funding. It is an extension, not a subtraction, to our current tax base. This resolution recognizes and honors the dedication, service, and sacrifice of these veterans. I know firsthand how important it is to honor and respect veterans who are willing to put their lives on the line for our freedom. My brother died on January 11, 1969, 57 years ago. He died for this country. So I know firsthand what these people do. I've been in the military. I've seen what they do. So it's an honor for everyone involved in this administration to support our veterans. That's my stance. And I appreciate the board and everyone for supporting that. And I want to tell you, I never saw grown people cry, and I did. And I'll never forget that. I looked up at God and I said, I guess that's why we're here to help people. So recently a flyer was distributed in Ansonia regarding a public informational session at Ansonia Library regarding Burns Construction's efforts to stage and transfer contaminated soil at their Riverside Drive site. I want to emphasize to everyone that this activity is neither undertaken nor supported by the City of Ansonia or this administration. My understanding is that Connecticut general statutes require, as a preliminary step for any such permit application the following. This is from the statute. The applicant shall send a written notification of any application for such permit to the chief elected official of each municipality in which the proposed facility is to be located within 5 business days on which such application is filed. As mayor, I will not support the use of land near any residential neighborhood for waste disposal or transfer services. You know, I had a what's the right term? Press conference regarding a waste to transfer on the north end, where the previous administration wanted to put a waste to trash facility with mercury, copper, brass, you name it, plastic PCBs, and I fought that. And I'm not going to allow this either. So that's, if you're worried where I stand or where the buck stops here on this one, I'm not going to allow it. I'll have to go to let's see, Pure, that's deep. This is not going to happen. Okay, that's where I stand. So I said don't worry. Please don't worry, unless they go over me or around me. It's not going to happen. Some good news. Saturday, the Board of Alders, 7 people from this board, attended the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, which I attended as well, for newly officials at no charge. Ansonia had the largest contingent present at the conference, and I'm very proud of them all for stepping up and giving up a Saturday to attend. I talked to 4 other first selectmen, mayors. Nobody had anybody. This town I had 7 people here on their own. I didn't ask them to come. So I salute the ones of you that came, and it was for new people to talk about freedom of information and some other things. So thank you for coming. It shows your commitment to the town, and I want you to know that they were here. I talked about this last month. I hired Tom Hamilton as a management consultant to evaluate the city's financial policies, practices, and procedures in accordance with best municipal accounting practices. He will assist in recruiting a qualified chief financial officer. He will mentor, coach, and train finance department staff. We are reviewing resumes on Thursday, I believe, right? So that's in the works. We've been spending hours and hours and hours working on this stuff. Kurt Miller is preparing the 2026-2027 operating budget, and Tom is analyzing the current fiscal situation of the city. Performance bond payments are not listed in this year's budget. Appropriate corrective actions will be forthcoming. There's going to be some personnel changes, and that has to happen. I want you to know we're over $4.5, I don't know, maybe $5 million, maybe even $6 million in debt based on what happened in the last 4 or 5 years, where the people were not taxed right. They sold the $41 million. We know where all the money went. It went to keep the taxes low, to keep somebody else in office. And we're going to get hit with a big tax bill, including me. I apologize, but there'll be information coming out on this. We are in debt over $5 million. And I put in a 0% budget. That means that the budget I proposed this year is exactly the same as last year, no increases. Now, did I move stuff around? Yes, I did. All right. But 0%, you haven't heard that in 12 years. All right? But that's how far in debt we are, and that's what we're looking to address. Both meetings in person will once again start after 5 years. The board will monitor all budgets and tasked with keeping costs for all departments below 2%. Well, right now it's at 0%. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. You did a pretty good job. I think you were at 1.5. Anyway, Mike, you were at 0. Good job. The city cannot have balanced budgets if expenses are not reviewed and there's no clear indication of how money is being spent. In the short term, some changes I mentioned when personnel will be coming. Nobody's been looking at the individual charges for the budget in the last several years, and the money's just going out, going out, going out. So now we have a handle on it. We had a 4-hour meeting today, just looking at some of the things we could cut. One of the things that they wanted to cut was the Memorial Day Parade, and I don't have to tell you how I feel about that. You heard my speech about veterans. I did show this to the people there. This is $1,600.32 a month for a lease on the mayor's car. I don't know if you can afford that, but I certainly can. And it's going to be paid off in 6 months. For next year's line item, we will have We will have a parade. We will be giving money to some of the kids for summer programs. And we will give to United Way. We will give to Team. And that $20,000 line item for the mayor's car is right here. It's coming out of me. All right? I'm making sure we don't get a new car next year. And that's it. I don't think I have anything else. Mike DeLessio, kudos to you and Jason and your team. We had 2 trucks that were down for the last 3 snowstorms, and these guys worked 24 hours around the clock with smaller trucks, even pickups to service the city. And in general, they did a super job. I told Mike this, I'll tell you this. I drive around and I look, and we miss spots. I don't complain to him, I just tell him in general how I felt. Sometimes I'm driving around from other towns, I'll come into the city, and I see the difference in what Ansonia looks like compared to New Haven or Woodbridge. And I got to tell you, tremendous job of these guys, and I thank you for what you do. All right.
Jason and the guys took care of that. That's all on Jason and
Thank you for that. You guys need credit for that. Oh, Jason, all right.
I'll let you guys know, in women, it's the public works as a whole, the men and women. We pulled some drivers off the bench. One of them's here. I don't mean already. So a couple of guys had to go into wards they're not used to or in for a while. So it was the guys. It was them completely.
Team effort.
Teamwork.
So I can tell you more, but we are looking to hire a professional finance person. A lot of things in that budget last year were outright lies. I told you last month, there's no fuel cell that's generating $1.3 million. That was a lie. There's no future revenues. That's a lie. That was all money from this sale. We were hit with I think it was $688,000 bond payment when I walked in the door on December 1st, because we have $37 million of inventory for a fuel cell that we cannot put in because prior administration gave the property to 2 different people. It's in a litigation. I'm trying to resolve that. I'm not going to tell you how, but I'm trying, because that's not an easy one. But we're working with some people in Hartford. We're working with the 2 people that are in the lawsuit. And we have attorneys looking at it. A couple of them are here. And hopefully we'll come to some type of agreement. Otherwise, we are in deep trouble regarding that. And I am working on it very hard. I don't want you to think I'm walking with my head down. My head's up. I'm fighting. I'm going to make sure that we come out of this with some type of an agreement. Otherwise, we would be bankrupt if I didn't do anything. So, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do any of our other esteemed guests want to add something? Mr. Nadowski?
Yes, if I could get
I
up.
thought you were here.
Hi, my name is Jack Nadrowski. I'm an attorney. And
Jack.
Mr. President, good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Board of Aldermen. In regard to the first guest that we had, the sidewalks are part of the owner's property. They're what they call in legal language the fee simple or fee simple absolute. So they own the property. They own the sidewalk. The city has the right of way to pedestrians and other people to use that part of the sidewalk. So that's what it's an easement or it's a right of way. It's the same thing with the street. If the street is ever abandoned by anybody, the street is part of the owner's property, the fee simple adjacent owner's property. So what I would suggest is that the chief be vigilant in regard to allowing the public access to that sidewalk by not having dump trucks or whatever kind of debris would be placed on that sidewalk. I think the police department has absolute right to do that, to just remove that, and when they're called, and remove it, and basically, even they probably have a right even to tow it away, and to a place where the owner could retain it, obviously after some period of time. In regard to the Veterans Administration, I could tell the mayor, I could basically say there were 4 people. Their standard is basically the same standard as the Social Security disability standard. It's a terrible standard. It means that you are disabled from any and all type of work. That's a huge standard. The Veterans Administration has the same standard as the Social Security people. And they were certified by the veterans, we've all got them certified by the Veterans Administration, that they are going to be temporarily totally disabled, or totally disabled. There was another question I had. In regard to the fuel cell. The problem, one of the big problems with the fuel cell is that there's no access to the fuel cell. When building number 13 was torn down, it was bought by the city of Ansonia. There's another building that's adjacent to it that has another owner. That owner, remember, you guys remember, they had a booth in going into Farrell's. That booth is owned by the other owner. So there really is no way to get to the fuel cell. That's a huge problem. And we're working on that problem. And we're also working on some of the other.
Yeah, we're going to resolve that, though. We already had that meeting.
There's a lawsuit involved. We might resolve the lawsuit. We might be able to do that. And also with the fuel cell subject itself might be resolved by the legislature. There's a possibility of that. And then the last thing I would like to say is my son, Joseph, is also my partner, had an ethics committee meeting today, and I would like to have the rest of my presentation given to Joe to get up there and tell him what he did in regard to the ethics committee. Ethics.
Stand up, Joe.
I was like, where is he? I didn't see him. Come on, you're on the spot.
Thanks, Dad.
Joe.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah.
My name is Joe Drosky. I'm a retired Marine officer, after 21 years, and then after that I was a senior ethics Marine for senior ethics and training for the Department of Defense, the Department of the Navy. And so we gave a brief today regarding ethics and how there was an ethics board, I was told 3 to 4 years ago.
That sounds about right.
And then it was dissolved, or it never.
They just never met.
Never met.
Yeah.
So the idea is that under the charter, the ethics board will hear all ethics issues. So if someone wants to make a complaint, they will bring it to the ethics board, and the mayor, I think, is getting the ethics board, and the chief of staff getting the ethics board together. So if there's a complaint anywhere in the city, we deal with it in-house. We will make a complaint towards the board, the ethics board. So during that, we discuss the ethics board, like a complaint as well as an advisory opinion. Let's say an employee, you're like, hey, that employee is, I swear his sister works, and that's how he got the job, or she got the job. You can bring a complaint, and we'll investigate it and have the board listen to it. So we want to make sure everyone is aware that there's any ethical problems, conflict of interest, contract issues. Hey, that contract wants so-and-so. So we want to make sure any business that comes into the city, that it's properly handled, it's organized correctly, presented to the mayor's office, and we do everything legal and morally as well as ethically under the state law. But some of the state law doesn't apply to municipality employees, so we'll have to use the charter itself and the power of the board. We also talked about gifts. Municipal employees, state employees, and federal employees can't give a certain amount of gifts. So we're pretty boring and pretty cheap. You give like maybe a cheap keychain for $15, if that. You may buy a beer for someone, but you can't buy 2 beers because it might go over the limit. So we went over gifts. We went over post-government employment. If you leave the city position, you can't turn around and come back into working with a contract with the city. Okay? So we have that issue, and if someone has an issue about that, you can bring a complaint to the board. If you know about that, government vehicles, you just can't take a government vehicle and go anywhere where you want with it. We're going to have rules that the city employees have that. If you see that, if you see the Ansonia vehicle cruising in maybe Stanford or something else, get on the phone and we'll make a complaint, bring it to me or to the chief of staff or the chief operating officer.
Now, wait, I go to a lot of meetings, though. It's got to be like 9 to 5. Right? It's got to be after that.
Yeah. So those are the type of ideas that we have. We have the PowerPoint presentation, if anyone wants to see it, but we're going to send it to, we briefed some of these city employees today. We'll also send that out to all the other rest of the city employees and supervisors will brief and make sure that the employees review it
and we'll have a checking sheet. So, if there's any other questions or anything like that, maybe we turn my back on the Alderman, so.
No, you're fine.
Apologize.
Step in the right direction. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Can we get a copy of the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mr. President, I had one more thing I forgot about, is the lady that came up here and complained about the Burns Construction Company putting in waste and everything else into that property. I just would advise the mayor, basically, he has a right to speak First Amendment, she has a right to speak the First Amendment. The whole thing is, these people are, if you go out in baseball, they're not even on first base, they're not even in the stadium yet. They gotta come to the stadium first, okay? Then they gotta go to first base. They're not there yet. So let's not give them any kind of advantage by saying that we're prejudicial one way or another until we hear all the facts, all the evidence in regard to that particular case. And that's gonna go before the Board of Aldermen, the mayor, planning and zoning, I think inland wetlands, because it's within 100 feet of the river. So it's going to go through a lot of
Channels.
boards and people before they even get to first base. So just hold up on your. I understand you have the First Amendment right to do that, and you have the right to criticize, but just keep in mind that this is a legislative body, and when the legislative body acts, it somehow winds up in court that the legislative body was prejudicial, which is something we don't want right now. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Just a couple of brief things to follow up on what the mayor said. Joey Alman, Chief Operating Officer, for anybody who doesn't know me. It's been a busy month in terms of HR and personnel. We've been working on a lot of things, as the mayor mentioned. Additionally, we're still working on our upgrades for our HR programs and our payroll programs, so that's in the works. Hopefully I'll have an even more in-depth update for you guys next month. Other than that, Nolan, I gave some updates. I know Alderman Lynch, you saw it. I had sent it to, I believe I sent it to you, Mr. President, as well. If everybody hasn't seen it, I can make sure everybody sees it. It was just an in-depth answering questions about some of the project, a lot of the questions that came up last month, things like that, so you guys have those answers in front of you. And I urge you, email me, let me know if you have any additional questions, and I'll try to get answers for you. Additionally, one of the issues that came up was talking about the sidewalks. That was brought up earlier. We had actually developed some of the things that had started to come into City Hall. We had gotten some issues with regards to potholes and claims. It's something that comes up pretty regularly. Talking with council, we've created a sheet. Hopefully that'll be out on the website as well to address those claims. That way the information can come in, we can get it funneled out to the right board or right department to make sure the right people are seeing it and determine whether or not the claim has merit, forward it on to council for a determination ultimately. And then finally, the volunteer form. I think that's a great idea. I think that's something we should put together to make sure we have information flowing to us of people that want to serve, volunteers. The city's always desperately in need of volunteers as well. And finally, there was one last issue. We had an issue that came up from previous Board of Aldermen. It was a tax abatement due to a settlement for litigation of the solar farm up on the hill. That issue has been resolved. There was a misunderstanding in terms of the number of people and properties that were supposed to receive the abatement. We caught it. It was brought to our attention. Originally it was 36. It's actually 39. Everybody has the proper abatement, so make sure everybody's aware. Everybody that was on the list that was passed and approved by the previous Board of Aldermen has now gotten that abatement.
Thanks for taking care of that.
No problem. So, unless you have any other questions.
Quick question though for you, Joe, regarding the website.
You're
'Cause
welcome, ma'am.
Excuse me?
You're welcome.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Regarding the town website, because I know Mr. Izzo mentioned it and several other people and just us on the board have discussed it. Where do we stand with, most of the people's names are wrong on all of the boards. Where do we stand with the updating of the town website?
It's ongoing. If you notice specific things, please email me or email
Want me to
Nancy.
email you again?
Please.
All right.
As often as you want to. Just
right.
whatever issues you guys find, if you're seeing them on different pages.
Okay, cool.
Let me know. We'll make sure IT has it when we make those updates.
Okay.
I mean, we're going through the process now of evaluating the website.
Yeah.
Looking for ways, checking the vendors, talking with people, making sure, our website is quite antiquated.
Yeah.
We're looking to upgrade it and
Okay.
obviously change some things anyway.
Okay.
So all of that stuff in mind, obviously get me any changes that you guys
Okay.
see in problems.
So there you go, Alders, we started talking
In
about that.
Joe's
Yeah.
defense, we've
Great.
got a lot of budget issues, we've got a
Yeah.
lot of personnel issues right now.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it was
You
just.
can't even get in to see me because I've got lawyers or I've got.
Yeah, it was just something that
Not
we
me,
had
other
sort of
people.
discussed
you're in
too.
there too.
So there's the answer, you email them to Joe, any of the problems on the
It
website.
might take a few weeks, that's all I'm saying.
No problem.
Point of information through the chair to Mr. Dowman as well. Do we have the infrastructure for hybrid meetings in the chambers yet with IT?
Not currently.
Not currently.
Dave,
We're
what do we
working
have?
on it.
Dave's our IT guy. Can you answer that question, hybrid?
Anything about it?
So what we can do, I believe, with what we have currently, is we may be able to broadcast out. We're not going to have the ability to receive input in. That's the upgrade and that's the challenge. But working with IT, that's what we're gunning for, obviously, is to be able to have people ask questions outside of this room, have this board be able to hear them, be able to address those questions, public session, being both in and out of the this room. So.
Mr. Conlon?
This is your closed system. It doesn't connect outside meeting, but
Right, I understand that, Dave, but
files out of this.
Yep.
Convert them and put them up on the web.
And that goes to the YouTube channel, that's what we're speaking to. But hopefully, one of the days, we're hoping for a live broadcast to be able to do that, so.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. Anybody else? Thank you.
Oh, okay, I just saw you. Oh, okay. Oh, chief, please.
Yeah, and I know, I'm just jumping up before Joe goes, because he's got a lot more stuff on his plate. So,
You're not leaving early.
no, I'm not leaving early. So, in my, as I get older, I get a little calmer, so. So as far as the comments made at the meeting today, I'll look into what was said, but I just want to give you an idea that you have some of the best officers in the state working in this
We know.
agency.
You know.
Well, I will always defend them. Listen, my officers put up with a lot on the street, so I can take some, I can take it. If they can take it, I can take it. But I wanted to let you know, this year alone, 2025, we just closed out. We just started to go through our stats. We had an increase in the number of calls for service. We had an increase in the number of arrests. We had an increase in the number of infractions, increase in the misdemeanor summonses across the board, and this was with a decrease in staff. So I just want to let you know they are working. They are hardworking. They have worked a lot of extra hours. I know the mayor, when I say the word overtime, does not want to hear me talk about any overtime.
But can you explain to them what we're trying to do because
Yeah.
we're so understaffed?
Yeah, so I talked a little bit at the last meeting. So right now, I have 7 openings for police officers. I also have 2 officers in the academy. So they're obviously, I can't use them for the road. I also have a sergeant who was attacked by a suspect. He is going to be out for long term. He just had surgery. So let's say that's 10 out of my patrol division. I have a patrol division of 32. So that means 22 now are covering the entire city, soup to nuts. So when I come to the boards and I talk to the finance department about having to transfer money into my overtime, right now I haven't asked for new money in 2 years now of the overtime. What I do is I transfer money out of the line items that were funding those positions. So if you think about it, from July to January, I have 7 positions that weren't that we didn't fill, so I had that salary, so I moved that to overtime because I have minimum staffing that I have to keep a certain number of officers on the road. This board expects that, this community expects us to have officers on the road to respond to the call for service. We are doing a lot to try and recruit officers in. We have what I consider one of, if not the best pension plan in the state. We are in the state pension plan, so it is guaranteed. It's not a burden on the city anymore, where the city had to come up with funding every year. We have recruitment bonuses out there for officers. We have education bonuses out there for officers. We go to job fairs. We go, when they have testing sites where they're testing officers for other departments, we go set tables up and talk to other departments' candidates, trying to steal them from those departments. The city has treated the officers well in the last 2 or 3 contracts. We used to be one of the lowest in the state for pay-wise, we have come up from that. So I will tell you that the officers you have are great, but trying to find new officers has been a challenge. It is not just our problem, it is a statewide problem. So I just want to let you know that's, when people say, oh, your officers don't do anything, I do take it a little bit to heart because I know what they do. So I'll look into any complaint somebody raises to me, I always look into it. I have a professional standards lieutenant who that's what he does. So I will get back to this board in generalities. I will get back to you and let you know what happened. The great thing about people when there's a complaint made about an officer is they all wear a body cam. So I can just sit, play, and watch what happened. And I will tell you, it will probably be different than what you relayed initially. So, on top of that, I just wanted to let you know, we did have a dispatcher opening. We filled it. She's in training, so that will hopefully cut back. Anytime we have an opening in one of those areas, it's automatic overtime because I have to have somebody answering the phone. I don't think you want me to put us on pause or put us on hold for an 8-hour shift, so I don't think that's how we would go. I talked to you about overtime, to let you know how we fix that. I've always said in any job, especially in law enforcement, if you mess with the money, you're going to get in trouble. So I am one of the people, you will talk to the finance department, I watch my money like a hawk. So if I know there's going to be a shortage, you will find out about it. My kids like to spend my money, I don't like to spend the city money. I found out today, I talked a little bit at the last meeting about Tier 2 accreditation. We have to be accredited by the state, it's a 3-tier step. We've already achieved Tier 1. I was notified today that we've now achieved Tier 2. We'll be getting the award letter in the March meeting up at Post Council, and we're already working on Tier 3. So, yeah, we're moving along on that. Lastly, and I know you're going to hear about this, and you're going to get it in front of your board, and you're probably going to get some people that may talk that don't like the idea. But I've mentioned this in previous meetings. We have been working with an outside company on the possibility of using speed cameras in town. Speeding, I will tell you, is the #1 complaint that we always get on every single street, even in some people's driveways, apparently. But we're looking at an outside vendor. As you know, the state about 1.5 years ago passed a law that allows municipalities to employ speed cameras in their towns. It is a very lengthy process. It takes a while. You have to have it approved by DOT. There's a process that you have to go through. We have already started partnering with one of the companies, the leading company in the state right now, that has the most that we've dealt with. So the first step is we have to develop two things. We have to develop a contract for the city and with city and the vendor, and we also have to have a city ordinance. So that city ordinance, I'm hoping to have in front of you at the next Board of Aldermen meeting. Attorney Nadrowski, I expect to have it in front of you long before that next Board of Aldermen meeting, so you can take a look at that and the contract. I will tell you that it's very similar. It'll be a very similar contract to what other municipalities already have that are in place. I don't want to say it's cookie cutter, but it follows what the state statute is. The state statute is very specific about what you can and can't do. The good news with it is it comes at zero cost to the municipality. So the city does not pay $1 ever. The money for the program, the money for staff that I will probably have to put somebody on, part-time staff, etc., all is funded by the program itself. And if for some reason everybody in the city of Ansonia stops speeding, then, which I know it's no city residents, I know it's outside people. If that were to happen, then the city, the company eats the money for the funding. So there's no cost to the city.
Do you put them in certain spots, Wayne?
So what happens is we have to do studies, and we do them ourselves all the time.
You know.
Anytime somebody calls up and says, hey, they're speeding on my street, you'll see a radar trailer go up there. You'll see speed signs go up there. And we will take that data. I try to make our decisions based on data. So same with the traffic commission and the police commission meetings. It's all based on data. I understand if you stand on the road and you are standing on your street and a car goes by at 30 miles an hour, it looks like it's barreling down the street. If it's a truck, it's even worse. So I understand how the dynamic works. So we do it based on data. So we actually now paired with a company. We had 6 or 7 streets that we had identified initially as the most complaints, we'll say, or where we have seen issues at. We had studies already done on those streets by this company. They identified 2 areas of concern where you both have a lot of vehicles and a lot of violations. So that's what we're working on now. So the next step is the city ordinance that'll come before you. I will tell you, you won't have to vote on it at the next meeting, because what we're going to do is the ordinance will come before you after it's approved by council. You will have it in front of you. Then the following meeting, you will have to have a public session prior to your meeting, is usually how you guys have done it in the past. A public session where anybody from the public can get up and speak about the ordinance, and then it would be on your plate to vote at the next meeting. Okay, so that's the next step, and then it's just a process of us getting them installed, et cetera. So I just wanted to let you know, we take all the speeding complaints into a conflict between the officers being out running radar, putting officers out on grant overtime for running radar, et cetera. But speeding is a problem. It is a problem, so we're trying to address it in a multitude of ways. It's not a magic elixir, it's not a magic wand. Putting them up does not make everybody stop speeding, but it will help reduce the problem, okay? Lastly, on that same topic, and I would never even put a dollar on it, the city does take in revenue from this. Once you've taken the revenue, you pay off all your fees. The vendor takes a big, but it's a low big, often administrative fee. Once all that takes place, the city then does get revenue from it that they have to use and put back into infrastructure, streets, sidewalks, et cetera. It's very spelled out in the law as to what you can and can't do with the money. So I just wanted to give you a heads up of what we're working on. It's a project. I met with the mayor, I met with his chief of staff. We had a great conversation about it, so we're going to start moving forward with that.
So, 2 things. If any of you ever have a problem with speeding or, whatever, anything to do with traffic, or come to the police commissioners meeting. There's 5 people there. They're dedicated to listening to you. And the chief and his staff is there. I was on the police commission for several years, and that's what we do. We're not allowing you to have your no parking sign just in front of your house for your car, or that's what we do. Those are the kinds of. He says speeding in the driveway. He's not kidding. The second thing is, when we talked about this speeding thing, I'm not looking at it as a revenue thing. One of these is where there's been a fatal, and the other one is near a school. So this is about safety in the community. It's not about money, all right?
It is I agree with you, it's wholly a public safety issue, but I will tell you that when you start hurting people's pocketbook, they start figuring it out. Let's just give you at that.
All right, so I just want to interject.
I will tell you, departments that have employed these have seen, within a month, significant drops.
And one of these is near a school.
Yeah. So.
And the other one was a recent fatal accident. So they've done their homework. They've got all the numbers and all that. That's why this is a green light.
But I'll give you all fair warning when they go up.
Well, yeah, I can just tell you.
Yeah, at the next meeting I'll have everything for you. I know where the first 2. So the way it works is, once we get all this in place, then we have to send an application up to the state, and they have very specific criteria that they look at. So the way the vendor works with us is they know what the state is looking for, so they aren't going to send things up that aren't even going to pass. They're just going to turn them down. I will tell you, the state denies these grants these applications. So it is something where you don't want to waste all that time going up there with something that you already know is going to get denied. So we'll have all our T's and I's and all that.
Awesome. That's good news.
So to back up about possibly approval, you're saying that you would hypothetically miss the February meeting because we're looking at possible approval from March or April?
March. So at the February meeting, my hope, barring anything crazy going on, my hope is to have the ordinance in front of you. The company will actually come and do a presentation for you. It's a short presentation. He knows people stop listening after about 8 minutes, which means none of you are listening to me anymore. So the vendor will give you a little bit. He'll be able to answer any of your questions, and then the following meeting, which would be March, you schedule a public session, a public hearing, so people can listen, voice their opinion. You will get people both sides. I've been to one of these hearings. You'll get people on both sides. I never can figure out people who want to argue that they should be able to speed, but
Well, on
First
that,
Amendment.
on that note, I got a note today. You know, I get a lot of email, and I got a note from a pizza delivery guy that's dead set against us.
Yes.
I'm not kidding you. I have his name and the whole, you know,
Does he
the
work
whole
at
thing.
Domino's?
So,
30
the
minutes.
pizza delivery guys are against
Go
us.
ahead. Yes.
Do you have a possible estimate, 5%, 10%, 50%?
It depends on what, when we say crime, it depends on what we're talking about. I can tell you from calls for service, and that could be anything, arrest, non-arrest, parking complaints, speeding complaints, you know, whatever we send an officer out there, we always punch a card on it. It's called a CAD card. That number is up a smaller percentage. I can tell you some of the other numbers are up double digits, especially enforcement. We, as I said, we have a lot of traffic problems. We have a lot of speeding people. I will tell you, over the last 5 years, it's gotten worse. And it's, again, I wish I could say it's just here. Watch any video you want. Go online, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Drive on any highway, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I can tell you that our officers have been taking more enforcement action instead of less. So I can get the numbers to you. I usually, in every August, just so you know, I give you a fiscal year number, but I can give you all the numbers for the whole year of 25. Won't be a problem. I'll get it to you for the next meeting, okay? Okay.
Chief, in the ordinance, this is just a curiosity question, pet peeve of mine, are U-turns dealt with?
In the ordinance?
With the ordinance you want.
The ordinance is very specific. It is
Right.
only related to speed and speed cameras. That's all it's related to. It's long enough, but you'll be reading for a little bit. But it's note that ordinance is all based on the state law that was passed. So it's strictly for speed enforcement. Okay? Any other questions? All right.
Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, Chief. Joe's gonna talk more than that.
No way.
Huh?
There's no way Joe's gonna talk more than that.
Good evening, everyone. I cut mine in half already. Good evening, President Pavola and members of the Board of Aldermen. For those that know me, that don't know me, I'm Superintendent Joe DeBacco. And just because there was a Marine, I did my internship. The retired Superintendent Branford was my mentor, retired Lieutenant Colonel Marines Hamlet Hernandez. So I had a very tough, mentorship, a mentor. I didn't come up, I thought he could have been nicer to me, just so you know. I'm not speaking to you, Attorney Androsky. I just want to let you know, I have to give a highlight to our Ansonia Fire Department. On January 5th, we had an unfortunate event at the middle school where 2 rooftop units, kind of the heating motors blew out, sucked some air inside our auditorium. If it wasn't, and I appreciate the very quick response from the Ansonia Fire Department. They came, they got our students back in the building. It was a very cold day. I was at the point where I had to make a decision. Either I had to send everyone home, or could we come back to the building? And I have to say thank you very much to the Ansonia Fire Department and their quick work. I want to say a thank you to Alderwoman Daniels for coming to speak to our career pathway students. I'm going to highlight a bunch of people who came to speak to our students and what is going on right now. We had Representative Cara Rochelle. She presented a citation to each of our students who volunteered at the 2025 Senior Fair. The students are recognized for their compassion, commitment, and willingness to assist seniors and vendors. We also had political strategist and public servant Jimmy Tickey come speak to our entrepreneurship class about starting his first business in high school, and students also learned about his upcoming book. Our global scholars are getting ready. In April, they'll be going to Greece, so they had a kind of welcome party, so they get to know each other, had their pizza party. One thing that, it's a very small, the teacher, she might be this tall, Maria Tangretti, but I just wanted to highlight our chorus members. They did come to our Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, and all those at the tree lighting, and also their winter concert was exceptional. I just wanted to highlight them. Our students toured both Southern Connecticut. They got to go on campus, eat on campus, go around to all the classes on campus, and then they also went to UNH to the engineering program as well. So our students got 2 trips. I did mention last time, and I'm trying to keep it short because someone talked longer, but we had retired or alumnus come. We had Giovanna D'Onofrio come speak about the National Guard and about different jobs or that students could take through information technology, military police, dog handlers, combat medic. And we also had people come speak about being an EMT, come speak to our career pathway students as well. We also had both Chris Lisi and Cliffy Hoyle come and speak about a law track at our schools. Trying to highlight all the different career pathways at our schools and our programs. We also have starting this Saturday, 40 juniors, free SAT prep classes. I want everyone to remember Elected Officials Day is January 30th. If you can, guess what? Our boys basketball team, I think they lost 2 games, and our girls basketball team only lost 1, and they are kicking, you know what?
We're 9-1 as of tonight.
So we're here. And cheer starts this weekend in Oxford for the very first tournament. I hope we can go out and support. Our kids are doing very good things in the community, and I'm just here to answer any questions for you. But once again, thank you guys very much. Thank you.
That closes the public official session. Next up is financial reports. Do I have a motion to accept financial reports?
Motion to accept the financial reports. Alder Daniels, first word.
I'll second that. Lisa Glazer?
All in favor?
Aye.
Our monthly reports. Do I have a motion to accept our monthly reports?
Jalen Daniels, second ward. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I missed the request for refunds.
Just see it on the agenda. Oh.
Do I have a motion to pay the refund report for the amount of $4,013.62?
So moved. Jalen Daniels.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Okay, we did monthly reports. Communications, we have no communications. Resignations.
I make a motion to accept the resignations.
I think we have to do each one separately.
We do?
And you made a motion to accept the resignations.
Yes, I did.
Do I hear a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Appointments. Okay. Are you ready?
Board of Aldermen, pursuant to my powers under the city charter and code, I hereby submit the following appointments. Board of Apportionment and Taxation, Edward Norman, 51 Grove Street, Ansonia, Paxton replacement, term to expire 12/31/26.
Move to accept. Alder Daniels, word 1.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Board of Apportionment and Taxation, Nunzio Parente, 29 Chester Street, Ansonia, Cassetti replacement, term to expire 12/31/26.
Do I have a motion to accept that?
Nunzio Parente, Board of Apportionment.
Motion to accept.
Do I hear a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Board of Assessment Appeals, Marcia Beno, 180 Hill Street, Ansonia, Libby replacement, term to expire 12/31/26.
a second?
I'll second that, Lisa Blazer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Board of Ethics, Diane Stroman, 66 High Street, Ansonia, to fill vacancy. Term to expire 12/31/2030.
I would like to make a motion to approve.
Do we hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Board of Library Directors, Jeffrey Sweeney, 11 Cottage Avenue, Ansonia, reappointment. Term to expire 12/31/28.
I make a motion to accept.
Do I hear a second?
Dylan Daniels, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Board of Library Directors, Paula Tishka, 18 Shortell Drive, Ansonia, not replacement. Term to expire 12/31/28.
I make a motion to accept.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Commission for Elderly Services, John T. Ahern Sr., 16 Rufus Street, Ansonia, reappointment. Term to expire 12/31/28.
Move to accept.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that. Ann Lynch, Ward 7.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Commission for Elderly Services, Carol Bujanowskis, 25 Smith Street, Ansonia, reappointment. Term to expire 12/31/28.
I make a motion to accept.
Do I? Second?
Second, Sean Rounds, Ward 3.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Commission for Elderly Services, William Pandolfi, 30 Riggs Street, Ansonia, reappointment. Term to expire 12/31/28.
Do I hear a motion to accept?
Motion to accept, Sean.
Second.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Cultural Commission, Richard DiCarlo, 325 Olivia Street, Derby, reappointment. Term to expire 12/31/28.
Do I hear a motion to accept?
Make a motion to accept.
Do I hear a second? Ms. Rogers? All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Cultural Commission, Barbara Duncan, 11 Birchwood Drive, Ansonia, fill a vacancy. Term to expire 12/31/28.
I make a motion to accept Barbara.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Jalen Daniels.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Cultural Commission, Irene Crom Kirby, 92 Franklin Street, Ansonia, reappointment. Term to expire 12/31/28.
I make a motion to accept Irene.
Do I hear a second to that?
Second. I'll do Daniels
All in
first.
favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Cultural Commission, Stephanie Muslov, 81 Jackson Street, Ansonia, it's a reappointment. Term to expire 12/31/28.
I make a motion to accept Stephanie.
Do I hear a second?
Second, Sean.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Cultural Commission, Paula Tishka, 18 Shortell Drive, Ansonia, Pujols replacement. Term to expire 12/31/27.
I definitely make that motion to accept Paula.
Do we definitely hear a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Economic Development Commission, William Lineski, 93 Jackson Street, Ansonia, appointment. Term to expire 11/30/26.
Move to accept.
Do I hear a motion?
Move to accept.
Oh, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Economic Development Commission, Nina Phipps, 60 Rockwood Avenue, Ansonia, an appointment to term to expire 11/30/27.
Motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alder Daniels.
Any discussion? So moved.
Economic Development Commission, Maureen Wilkinson, 4 North Westwood Court, appointment term to expire 11/30/28.
Motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Economic Development Commission, Kevin Williams, 50 Pulaski Highway, an appointment, term to expire 11/30/29.
Motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
In the Wetlands Commission, Jerome Finer, 36 Cedar Street, Ansonia, egg replacement, term to expire 12/31/27.
Motion to approve. Alder President, report.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
In the Wetlands Commission, Edward Jones, 21 Kathy Lane, Ansonia, reappointment, term to expire 12/31/27.
Motion to approve. Alder President.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I hear a discussion? So moved.
In the Wetlands Commission, David Connolly, 53 North Prospect Street, reappointment, term to expire 12/31/27.
Motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion? So moved.
Planning and Zoning Commission, William Phipps, 27 Johnson Street, Ansonia, Pullman replacement, term to expire 12/31/30.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Fire Commission, Lisa Glazer, 56 Lewinsky Way, appointment, term to expire 11/30/27.
Motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that one as well.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain from that one.
Yeah, there's no substitute.
Any discussion on that? So moved.
Fire Commission, Adam Preston, 17 Bow Street, Ansonia, appointment, term to expire 11/30/27.
Move to accept?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Fire Commission, Carl Williams, 2 Dogwood Drive, Ansonia, appointment, term to expire 11/30/27.
Move to accept.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Daniel.
Any discussion?
Daniels.
So moved.
Historic District Commission, Catherine Svulikowski, 13 Elm Street, Ansonia, appointment, term to expire 12/31/28.
Move to approve, Dan Stahl.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved.
Historic District Commission, Barbara Wise, 1 Reamer Street, Ansonia, appointment, term to expire 12/31/26.
Move to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? So moved. Thank you. Next is resolutions. Resolution 1, resolution regarding joining the Connecticut Municipal Development Authority as a member municipality. Do I hear a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Do I hear a second?
Second. Alder Daniels.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. We got retail selling. Yep. I'm gonna make a motion to accept that. Mr. Mayor,
You want me to read it?
we're going to deviate from procedure
You want me to read it?
and allow you to make the resolution.
Okay, we talked about this. This is for the people that can't work that were injured in service. Whereas, let me back up. Whereas on June 23rd, 2025, Connecticut Public Act 25-168 was signed into law, and whereas Section 240 of Public Act 25-168 authorizes a municipality by vote of its legislative body to extend a property tax exemption comparable to the exemption provided to veterans with a service-connected 100% permanent and total disability, to veterans who have been determined by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs to have a service-connected total disability based on individual unemployability, and whereas veterans who have been granted a total disability rating based on individual unemployment are compensated by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs at a 100% disability rate due to service-connected disabilities that prevent substantial gainful employment, and whereas the City of Ansonia wishes to honor the dedication, service, and sacrifice of these veterans by providing local property tax relief consistent with state law. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Aldermen that the City of Ansonia hereby adopts a municipal option authorized by Public Act 25-168, Section 240 inclusive, to grant a property tax exemption to qualifying veterans who have been determined by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs to have a service-connected total disability based on individual unemployment. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately upon passage and shall apply to the assessment year beginning October 1st, 2025, and each assessment year thereafter. And I have to sign this. I need your approval. So,
Do I hear a motion to accept this resolution?
I make a motion to accept this
Do I
resolution.
hear a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
thank you for letting everybody serve.
We have no ordinances to go over. New business? No new business? Old business? No old business. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. I know, right? I know, trying to answer all the questions.
So young, I don't know if we got. We met the last time.